Hello everybody, welcome to your daily pop-up positivity. I just did something for the Indigo channel. My mind went like totally blank, but I just feel like so many beautiful messages and everything is in such a gorgeous flow state today. Got my crow yakking in the background. It's sunny and warm and beautiful. I feel really peaceful. And it's really strange a moment ago when I went in the house and I started doing, just whatever it is, daily stuff, doing some dishes and cleaning up. I started to feel like, I need to lay down and take a nap. And it was weird. I caught myself in that kind of old carousel thinking that as soon as I leave like the fresh air and I go in and I have to do little obligations, I convince myself I'm tired or life is harder somehow. And I was like, no, you know what you're going to do? You're going to play like Peace Train by Cat Stevens and jam out and have a fun time doing dishes and just go immediately back outside and, stay adrift with this beautiful energy for your reads. And that's exactly what I did, and it helped me. So this is a stage of convincing ourselves, you guys, living our life with intentionality. What do you intend to do? Mine was I intend to stay awake, have this great vibration, provide really great reads with high energy, and be out in the sun and not kind of cave to the old habits of convincing myself I'm tired because I had to do a few things I didn't necessarily want to do, some, dishes and cleaning and things. Again, getting back to integrity. I love this too. How can we form our days around where we know what we're doing, what's best, not only for ourselves, but for other people? We're acting with this intentionality, which brings us the integrity, right? We intended to do things that benefit the collective with this beautiful jeweled web of connectivity. It reminds us everything that we have causes an action, a reaction. We say something. That's why I'm a big pauser before I speak, especially if I feel like somebody's trying to trigger something or get a reaction, or oftentimes during my work or whatever, I'm constantly interrupted with whatever, household, kids, whatever it is. It's one of those things where it's not really, they're not intentionally doing something to mess me up or stop my flow or anything. So I just take a pause and then say, hey, what can I do for you? It's one of those things where we're not reactive. That's what I love about intentionality. It's something that I learned from my father too a long time ago, which I loved. I remember he never got mad if something broke or something got knocked over, even if it was expensive, his car, whatever. If somebody did not intend to break that item, they didn't throw it, smash it, whatever. It could be anything. He never reacted. He never got angry about it. Even one time, my brother smashed a TV set in, and it was like just one of those things where he had so much self-control over his emotions that he realized if somebody did not try to do something, why would you be punitive or whatever? It's all about intention. So when we intend, it's another thing on the other side of the spectrum too. When we intend to do something nice for somebody and they don't receive it that way, or they just gobble it up without a thank you, that sort of thing, that it's enough that you meant to do well. And what other people do with that energy, that's their energy, right? And that's how we stay here. We don't get angry. We don't let our ego say, how dare you? I put this effort and time and whatever into it. We don't get all full of that hot air and strangeness. We just realize the connectivity that we all have. So let's pause before we say something. Let's pause before we do something, before we start devouring the oxygen in the room. Oh, my cat's so cute. She's trying to jump in on my coat, which is in this big dish, and it shifted on her, and Moonbeams is like, I don't like that. I don't like this flying saucerness of it all. So again, you guys, the interconnectedness is just knowing that things that we say, actions we take affect others. That's why I'm extraordinarily mellow in big parking garages, because I see how stressed people get if they want a spot and they don't get it. The immediacy of trying to pull out, not always looking, and people get very frustrated in their car. So I'll always allow somebody, if we're both coming in on space, have that space. There'll be another, that kind of thinking. It allows oxygen and space and faith and, hope to be restored, that everything isn't some friggin' crisis state or some big race. I was reading some stuff in the Goddess Oracle book, and I love this thing about shape shifting, and it talks about dancing from form to form, shifting from shape to shape, ever changing, ever expanding, ever becoming, being flexibility, changing your form, and freely flowing with stuff that comes your way, recognizing that your consciousness. And then it's really an awareness. It asks, am I always doing the same thing? Am I stuck? It's like we have to create this flow state that allows us to kind of go with things that we might not want to accept right then. It is the way it is, and we have to have that que sera, sera. Because what happens if we just sit there and we get anxiety attached to it, and we complain about it. We live in that state, right? So let's just kind of realize that if we let go and just move on, and now what am I looking forward to, as opposed to why that bothered me so much? What am I excited about, as opposed to I can't believe they did that, right? I loved that so much, that shape shifting, and asking ourselves, have we been too long in one form? Do we feel stiff and stagnant? Because we lose flexibility in our way of thinking and being when we get like that. And we can always re-enhance that and gain perspectives in other forms. Everything, it's like elements help with that. Rushing water, oceans, storms, wind, all of that. And I find the quickest way to get out of stagnancy is to get outside and smell the fresh air and see what's going on and listen to the birds and all of that. And I feel like that'll be really, really extremely helpful. And a creative expression as well. I love this picture so much. Creative expression, painting, dancing. I feel like when you have happy music and you're dancing around, how can you feel like stagnant, right? That you can move on and push on from that. So that's your daily pop, you guys. Love and light. I hope you guys have a great day.